Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the weekend tarot for Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th of October 2021. I've shuffled, so I'll cut. This is a major arcana reading. The World. Just like yesterday. High Priestess in the reverse. And the Chariot. Okay. Right, I see action that changes things this weekend. And it's action that is not accompanied by, or perhaps the result of, a great deal of contemplation. Now, that is not always a good thing, but you know, perhaps that's just my character saying that. I've found that life-changing action that isn't thought through carefully, not necessarily mused upon, or anyway. Okay, that's what I'm saying, because we've got the Chariot here, card number 7, which follows the Lovers, which is about choice, which is about choosing, and it's about the karmic kick-off, in a sense, of choosing one thing or person over another, or one course of action over another. And of course, when we choose A, we eschew and reject everything from B to Z. And we cut ourselves off from all the potential things that could have happened if we'd chosen anything between B to Z, because we chose A. That's what I'm getting from the High Priestess in the reverse. And when we choose one thing over all others, we cut ourselves off from a whole heap of possibilities. But that's about the choice card number 6. Sorry, the Lovers card number 6. We've got here the Chariot number 7, which follows, which is when we want to go on as if everything from B to Z is still available to us, without sort of realising and really taking on the implications of the fact that we chose A. And because you see, one way we could look at it is to say that this horse represents A, and this horse represents everything from B to Z. And we are here in this Chariot holding the reins, even though the charioteer isn't pictured holding the reins here, but holding the reins, trying to keep everything sort of together, trying in a sense to have it all, and to keep the endeavour, whatever it is, moving forward by a tug on the reins here and loosening the reins there, and basically standing with all our core strength and our feet firmly planted on the floor of the Chariot, holding on to these two things, these two forces, for dear life. That's what I'm getting from this. We're holding on for dear life. And it's about not having reflected, not having consulted carefully our gut and our instinct and our intuition and our real awareness of who and what we are, because that's what the High Priestess represents. And the World card here is telling me that this is a big matter. The karma involved in this can become very, very big for us, very large scale and very long term. And that was a similar message to what we got yesterday with the World in reverse. So it's still about this choice, whatever it is, and about how we navigate the fact, even if we don't want to look at it, Empress in the reverse, that by choosing that one thing all the worlds, all the potential sliding door parallel universes that could have developed if we had chosen anything other than this thing, are forever denied us. And we just want to keep going as if that's not true, as if we can have both what we wanted and all the stuff that we didn't necessarily actively reject, but we effectively reject when we choose the one thing. And I get this sense of holding on for dear life here. Let's get another one. Okay, the Hanged Man. Right, I'm going to keep going because... Okay, I'm just going to keep going. The Empress. And Death. Okay. Right. Now, sorry, I'll come back. The High Priestess is a type of reflection. So is the Hanged Man. Yeah, there are various stop-off points in the tarot, wherein we are invited to pause, take a breath, and assess where we are. One of them, as I say, is the High Priestess, very, very early on, and another one much later, the Hanged Man. And with the Hanged Man, yeah, the invitation here is to try, despite all the energy and attention going into keeping this chariot going and not careening off the road, do try to think about this, whatever it is. And I'm getting another duality here. We've got these two horses here. What I chose and all the things I didn't choose. The duality we have here is right way up, wrong way up. And wow. You see, the High Priestess in reverse is about this absence of reflection and consulting the book, if you like, of one's destiny, consulting it. We got the absence of that here. And yet what we do have here is the Hanged Man, who takes himself out of the flow, so off the road, out of the chariot, and sits on the bank and observes things in a completely different way in order to test. What I'm seeing here is thought experiments, okay? I'm got thought experiments, and this can be very, very interesting sometimes. To run a thought experiment, what would the likely outcome be if instead of doing ABC, I did XYZ? What would that look like? Or what would I have to believe or want in order to go for XYZ and not ABC? You're real, the kind of cold, analytical thought experiments about what conditions would need to be present in order for a particular outcome or for a particular choice to be made. And what might the outcome be if those conditions were present or not? It's quite cold, this process. That's what I'm getting from this today. And the Empress is telling me that we need to look further than the immediate step in front of us. We need to consider what might fructify from whatever we choose to do and whatever decision we take. What might the upshot be, and what might that lead to? Because the Empress is all about networks. It's like the mycorrhiza, the karmic mycorrhiza of our lives. The mycorrhiza being the microscopic network of fungus that holds the entirety of the soil together and acts as a kind of communicative network and web for all the living things that are rooted in the soil. That's what the Empress is about. So it's about, this is an invitation to look further than the immediate result of this or that. And it's hard to do that. And it will take some quite cold, analytical, slicey sort of thinking here from the Hanged Man, because the temptation is to just ignore all that kind of stuff and just get in this chariot and just flipping ride it. Just ride it. The upshot, death. The sweeping away, and I spoke there of sort of slicey, cold, sort of analytical thought experiments here in the Hanged Man. And as soon as I said the word slicey, I saw this blade. Snicker-snack, cut down, harvested. Halfway through the tarot cycle, a little bit more than halfway through, following, in fact. This is what the Hanged Man realises. If he hangs there for long enough, saying, if this, then that, if this, then that, and if this, then that, there is only this in the end. And it's nothing to be feared. It is something to be accommodated, shall we say, in our thinking. And it's the understanding that no matter what we do, no matter what endeavour we set out on, and no matter what motivations we have for whatever we do, it will come to an end. This is the card of impermanence, and it's not a punishment, and it's not even a disaster. It is simply the way it is. It comes to us all. So there's a very philosophical feeling on the table today. I see a very busy weekend in terms of thinking and feeling. And perhaps the key to it is to try to balance those things and to keep in mind at all times where possible that whatever is grown is reaped. Whatever is sown is reaped. Whatever is born dies. And to just have that in mind when we are deciding to get into that chariot and ride the two horses that actually want to go in two different directions. That is a calming act in and of itself, and it will it will produce results that themselves will be harvested in due course. So it's all very serious and also all very kind of calm and neutral in the end, but it's busy. It's a busy weekend of thought and a certain amount of action. And whatever we do with this weekend, the world in the upright, first one out, is telling me that it's going to have far-reaching consequences. So on that rather, I hope not too chilling note, I will leave it there. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.